Hello and welcome back to my channel. We're bowling today, guys. So, I made a video about a month ago called What's Next for Jack and Castiel, where I talked about what I think is going to happen with Jack and Castiel next season. Not much has been announced about season 15 yet, but what we do know is that it starts on October 10th. So grab your salt and your iron crowbars, folks, because the end is nigh. But because I made a video for Jack and Cass, I honestly think I need to make one for Sam and Dean. So, a little disclaimer, I will be talking about season 14 in depth, kind of, so don't watch this video if you are not fully caught up with Supernatural up to season 14. I would also like to say that these predictions are likely to change over time as information about season 15 is released and the show actually starts airing. Last time we saw Sam and Dean, they were faced with a bunch of zombies with Castiel surrounding them in the cemetery in which God started the apocalypse and killed Jack. As I stated before, I think Jack will definitely come back for season 15, but if you want more details to that theory, go check out my video called What's Next for Jack and Castiel. I will link it at the end of this video. But on the SPN wiki, it says that Alex will be reprising his role as Jack Klein in the final season, but they don't know if he's going to stay as a main character. When it comes to Sam and Dean getting out of that cemetery with the zombies, I don't have a doubt in my mind that they won't get out. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before, but they'll either fight all those fucking zombies and escape, or maybe a being might teleport them away. Who knows? They'll get out. The zombie fight is not gonna last that long, at least that's what I think. In the last episode of season 14, we saw ghosts that Sam and Dean have killed previously come back. This can lead us to believe that Chuck brought back every ghost that Sam and Dean have put to rest since the woman in white in the pilot episode. Now, previously I said that Chuck brought back monsters, but I think I made a little mistake. In season 14, we get a few scenes of these characters coming back. The woman in white from the pilot episode, she was an angry spirit. John Wayne Gacy was a spirit, and so was Bloody Mary. Chuck didn't bring back monsters. Chuck just brought back ghosts. At least that's the conclusion I can draw from the season 14 finale. Considering when Dean asks what the hell is happening, Cass responds with souls are like being pushed out of hell, apparently. I'll play the clip.
What the hell is happening? Souls. Souls from hell.
Technically, ghosts are souls, so it makes sense that God's rapture is bringing back the dead. This also kind of reminds me of the apocalypse stuff that happened back in like season 4 or 5 when the apocalypse first started with like the undead coming back. That was cool. This also means that for right now, we can't assume that any other monsters that Sam and Dean have killed are coming back. So big bads like Azazel, Lilith, and Abaddon are off the table, at least for right now. What this does mean, though, is that Sam and Dean are going to be faced with these ghost hunts that they've already solved. This leads me to think that season 15 is going to primarily be Sam and Dean hunting, but I don't think that's just going to be quite the case. This is going to be the last season, so I don't want to throw any ideas off the table just yet because we're still pretty early on, and trust me, I think the writers are going to throw some curveballs at us this season. The first thing I want to predict is the reunion between Jack and Cass and Sam and Dean. Now, just a reminder, Sam and Dean tried to lock Jack in the Malik box, which then caused him to get pissed off, and then God came down and was like, boom, apocalypse time. But seeing as Jack has the most power out of any other character besides God, Amara, and the Empty, having Jack on the Winchester's side would probably be in their best interest. I want to say that with full certainty, Sam and Dean are going to try and put the past behind them when it comes to Jack. And, of course, what he did to Mary. I don't think it will be that easy for Sam and Dean to be able to forgive him, but Dean will probably be a bit distant from Jack, and Sam's probably going to walk around eggshells with Jack like he used to do at first, but hey, it's better than Jack being alone and fucking up the world again. I also want to say that I think a meeting with Billy with Sam and Dean is due. Obviously, the last time we saw her was with Jack in the Empty, so I don't think it will take too long for that meeting to happen. But I have a feeling that Billy knew that this would happen, or at least had prior knowledge that the Winchesters would be vital to helping fix this situation. I hope Billy is more hands-on when it comes to helping stop the apocalypse, because honestly, I am kind of tired of her hands-off crap. She has powers too, and she could definitely aid Sam and Dean in not having the world fall apart. The thing that kind of sucks when trying to predict this is the fact that this is the last season of Supernatural. A lot of people want Sam and Dean to die at the end of this season, while others want a happy ending. Some want them to drive the Impala off into the sunset, and others just want a conclusive ending, and others just want them to die a horrible death together in the end. Point is, I don't envy the writers for having to figure out a conclusive ending to Supernatural. I don't envy myself for having to try and predict what they're going to come up with either. As, like I said before, as the season starts airing, it will be a little bit easier to predict what's going on. But one thing I did want to mention was on popsugar.com, they have an article about season 15, and I wanted to include a little bit of it in this video. In the article, when Andrew Dabb was asked about what season 15 would be about, he says, quote, "God was not kidding when he said it's the end of this story, and by the end of the story, it means the end of the world. The question of what that looks like, the question of how Sam and Dean deal with that, I think those are the big things that we're going to try and explore this into season 15. I can't talk, my bad. And I will leave the link for that article down in the description below. Now, this quote kind of depletes all hope that I have of Sam and Dean actually living to see the end of the show. But this confirms right here that season 15 is going to be Apocalypse 2.0, or 3.0, or 4.0. Lost track of how many apocalypses there have been in Supernatural at this point. What this means is that I think while Sam and Dean are going to be working to find a way to help reverse what Chuck did at the end of season 14, this makes me think that it's more than just putting ghosts to rest. From the looks of it, souls were released from hell, making vengeful spirits appear everywhere. This could single-handedly wipe the human race for all we know. This fight could very well just be against Chuck himself too. We don't know. So, knowing that, I think it's time to get into my basis predictions. So, Sam and Dean are obviously going to be working their asses off to save as many people as they possibly can. While I think Cass and maybe Jack as well will be looking for either a way to reverse what Chuck did or kill Chuck. Only problem is if you kill Chuck without killing Amara, the whole world gets fucked up. At least that's what Chuck said in season 11, but we don't know if he's lying at this point. I think Billy will aid in helping the Winchesters reverse the apocalypse, but I can't guess to what extent that she will be involved. I think she probably will end up telling them useful information like she usually does, but I was thinking that Billy could probably get Amara's attention, but I'm not certain that Billy has the power to do that. Don't know. I think there's gonna be a lot of flashbacks and stuff and recalling back to other seasons, hopefully, because I would like to have some nostalgia in season 15. Sam and Dean are probably going to come up with a solution towards the middle or end of the season in order to stop Chuck. I have a feeling that whatever plan they come up with could obviously be detrimental to each other, but in regards to the ending of the season, I don't know. I can't think of a conclusive ending for Supernatural on my own because it would be pretty biased. I don't want Sam and Dean to die at the end of the show. I want them to live happily ever after, but I have no guarantee that that will actually happen. All I can say for this season is that I am terrified of what's going to happen and where it's going to take us, but I'm also super excited to see how Sam and Dean's story gets wrapped up, even though I'm going to cry my eyes out throughout the entire thing. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, I'll leave my handles on screen somewhere for you to look. All my links are in the description below. Also, don't forget, I have 2 Discord servers. If you want to join one of them, you should definitely join both of them, actually. One of them is for YouTube notifications, and the other is just for general server for Supernatural. I highly suggest joining the second one because that's where we usually talk. The first one that says YouTube Discord, that one is for notifications for my channel, so if you want to go join, highly suggest doing it. The links are in the description. That's pretty much all I have to say. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you all have a nice day and don't get possessed by any demons. Bye.